The smiling critters have been introduced in this new chapter 3 of Poppy Playtime, and they have been quite an interesting addition and liked by many. Join me to create two of these, BUBBAPHANT and Bobby Bearhug, in their animated and plush versions, so get comfortable and enjoy this video.
I'm BUBBAPHANT. Hey, I remember you. An elephant always remembers.
BUBBAPHANT is an anthropomorphic blue elephant with black eyes, a S-shaped trunk, a long tail with a bulb-shaped end, and large ears. His feet, hands, and tail end, as well as the inside of his trunk and ears, are a darker shade of blue. Similar to the other smiling critters, Bouba is depicted with a white toothless grin, the inner mouth shrouded in darkness, and he possesses a zipper line running down his center, with the zipper sporting a yellow light bulb pendant with a blue Edison screw base. Bouba also emits a lemongrass scent. His cartoon appearance is roughly the same as his toy appearance, albeit with his zipper line removed, the addition of white pupils, and the zipper pendant attached to a black necklace. According to his Twitter description, BUBBAPHANT is the most intelligent smiling critter and acts as the brain of the gang. This behavior is backed up by his light bulb pendant, often used in cartoons to convey brilliant ideas, and by his interactions with Crafty Corn in the cartoon's intro when he removed her painting from her easel to reveal a complex math equation. Bouba is observant and level-headed, keeping his friends on the right track to make smart decisions so they can create a bright future for themselves. This description mentions the following: BUBBAPHANT is the brains of the critters. Bright and attentive, he keeps his friends steady and always steers them to make smart choices. That way, they all might grow up to be bright and brilliant, each in their own right. Like the other smiling critters, Bouba showcased an unnerving and maniacal personality when Catnap came to Dog Day's house during their sleepover. His retained intelligence was the catalyst for the subsequent events, as he was the first critter to ask Catnap to use his abilities to overcome their fear-induced insomnia. When Catnap complied, Bouba showed signs of insanity, addiction, and mania when inhaling the red smoke, laughing hysterically with the others until he passed out. BUBBAPHANT was created as a member of the Smiling Critters toy line. Soon after, miniature versions of him were created, along with a bigger body's version to work in Playcare. Sometime after the Hour of Joy, the bigger body's version of BUBBAPHANT was presumably killed by Catnap, as Dog Day refers to himself as the last of the smiling critters. Because of this, the monster version of Bouba and the other smiling critters don't appear in this third chapter, and so far the appearances of these characters have not been revealed. There are only several fanarts of what they could look like. A miniature monstrous BUBBAPHANT appears as a hostile plush toy in Chapter 3, Deep Sleep. Bouba, along with the rest of the ring critters, chase the player in the playhouse. Using the grab pack's orange hand, the player has to shoot a flare at him to scare him away. If Bouba gets too close, then he jumpscares them by lunging at their face. Later on, several versions of him crawl inside of Dog Day's exposed torso wound to control him and chase after the player.
and Bobby Bearhug. Wanna know how much I love you? I love you to the moon and back!
Bobby Bearhug is an anthropomorphic bear with red fur, black eyes, a black nose, rounded ears, and padded paws. Her paws and upper snout are pink, similar to the inside of her ears. Like the other smiling critters, Bobby Bearhug is depicted with a white toothless grin, the inner mouth shrouded in darkness, and she possesses a zipper line running down her center, with the zipper sporting a ruby-colored hair pendant. Bobby Bearhug's cartoon appearance is roughly the same as her toy appearance, albeit with the zipper line removed, the addition of white pupils, and the zipper pendant, now attached to a black necklace. According to her Twitter description, Bobby Bearhug possesses warm and appreciative qualities similar to how Huggy Wuggy was designed. She cares deeply about her friends and everything around her, and will presumably act as a peacemaker, sharing the same role with Crafticorn if a fight breaks out amidst the crew. According to her cardboard cutout, she fears being abandoned, asking the player if they are going to leave her. Like the other smiling critters, Bobby Bearhug showcased an unnerving and maniacal personality when Catnap came to Dog Day's house during their sleepover. When Catnap helped them fall asleep via his red smoke, Bobby showed signs of insanity, addiction, and mania when inhaling the sleeping gas, laughing insanely with the others until she passed out. Bobby Bearhug was created as a member of the Smiling Critters toy line. Soon after, miniature versions of her were created, along with a bigger body's version to work in Playcare. Bobby Bearhug, along with the rest of the ring critters, chase the player in the playhouse. Using the Grab Pack's orange hand, the player has to shoot a flare at her to scare her away. If Bobby Bearhug gets too close, then she jumpscares them by lunging at their face. Later on, several versions of her crawl inside of Dog Day's exposed torso, while one crawls into one of his eyes wounds to control him and chase after the player. Bobby Bearhug also appears as a statue presumably used to keep watch over the kids in Home Sweet Home. The statue moves in a 360 circle and detects movement. She is powered by a battery that the player needs to escape. There are two ways to collect the battery from her back, the first being sneaking up behind her by crouching, and the second being running fast circles around her and eventually glitching the code and grabbing the battery. This has been all for the moment. I hope you like these versions of BUBBAPHANT and Bobby Bearhug made of clay. If you want me to make more characters of this chapter or other critters, let me know in the comments. Also, I invite you to subscribe and leave your like. With this, you support me a lot. Greetings, take care, and see you in the next video.